Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my video. This first segment here is a before tear out. In a few seconds you're going to see an after tear out, and then the final portion of this video will just be going over some of the things that I found that have to be fixed just for safety purposes and keeping and bringing the house up to code for future sells, that sort of thing. So if you're getting into a project like this for yourself or helping a friend, just some things for you to look out for and make sure you keep all your fingers, toes, and keep on breathing until the next day. As always, thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, don't be shy, and stay tuned for future videos of the rest of this client's build as I go along. A couple things I want to go over real quick before I start doing like the finish work is some big no-nos that I caught here. So this bad boy right here, this is a gas line, just some basic copper flex pipe, and what some previous contractor did was just draped it through the top of the ceiling. Anyone doing this kind of stuff, you run into this kind of thing, to whoever you're working for, tell them no, you don't want to be responsible for putting it back, that kind of thing. They should be tucked up inside the joists and tightened down properly to make sure they can't bobble around. We got a lot of loose wires that came out of the corners that someone stuck up there. Right here we have a heating duct that was cut here and then jumped under a joist and over into a bedroom that was an addition. That we're going to have to take care of. Right here we have a huge mess of what some HVAC contractors did, or homeowner, who knows at this point. That big 8-inch guy is actually the vent for the hot water tank. It used to be the hot water tank and the furnace back in the 1950s, I assume, when everything was installed. So it's never really been switched back over, which it wouldn't need to be. I mean, you can still use it as a vent, but what we're going to do is make it a lot smaller so we can bring this client's ceiling up to as close to the joist height as possible to give them a little more room here. This house was built, it's on a lake, and the basement, they put some wood slabs down on the floor to help with insulation. So we got a little bit shorter of a basement here. A couple more things we're gonna have to fix. We have some lights. You know, the boxes are hanging to kind of go with the typical drop ceiling type. So we're gonna fix those. We got some HVAC ducts that we're gonna switch over to more modern stuff. Nothing too crazy. Some insulation. Looks like someone broke up a beer cooler from partying out on the lake and then used it to insulate some stuff. A lot of random things we're just gonna tidy up a little bit. We got a joist here that I'm going to show you to the best of my ability. You can see as we get from this end over here is where it sisters up with the other side, sitting on the main beam. This is the main beam right here. It looks like they had some problems with it flexing and bending, so they just started tacking some stuff in there to try and stop it. So what we're actually going to do is put some helpers in here, kind of like those 2x4s, just long way, the other way, obviously. And we're going to pop them in around all these guys to help push back, just to make sure that nothing crazy happens and for more long term. Right here we have a HVAC, what used to be a cold air return, I think. I don't really know, they don't have information from previous owners, but you can see it kind of snakes down there, and it's just a big vent that goes the entire length of the house, but they have now changed it over to it's the supplying the heat to the house. So we obviously lose a little bit of pressure, so we're gonna take that, and I'm hoping we're gonna make it a little bit smaller and then have the runs jump off the smaller ones, so we can get a little bit more hot air moving through the house itself. They actually have it so now that the cold air return is just sitting here and just sucking air from this room. So what we're also going to do is hopefully try and manipulate some things to get a little bit more of the house air flowing into this room. That way we can let that furnace work a little bit better the way it's supposed to. Right here I currently discovered we have a exterior wall of sorts, cement wall. Sounds like they have some sheet metal back there, like a lot of tin foil. Honestly, don't really know what's going on here. There's just like random panels. Like you can see this one right here. I mean, there's a piece of sheet steel or something galvanized under there, and I mean it's completely on angle. Like I have no clue. I'm really nervous about trying to figure out what's going on there. My job is just to pull the paneling, spruce it up, make it more modern, but still keep like kind of the country feel, rustic feel, which we can definitely accomplish. We just got a few things we got to button up beforehand. We're gonna move some lights around, drop in some nice cans there and there. Another huge no-no, we got a 220 line just literally just dangling in the ceiling. Like I actually could have hit it if I didn't know any better and wasn't paying attention to what people do in old houses. We got a lot of exposed wire running through here. Nothing's buttoned up, wrapped around, like absolutely nothing. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do just to make it a little safer for the next guy and for the client that lives here right now. This line right here is the water line for the furnace. And I mean, it's like a, I don't know, 20-foot stretch. So we're gonna have to see if the furnace is even doing too well with that guy. Oh, back over here, the hot water tank. We're actually going to hopefully drop in a new window back there. The same thing, more modernized one, and we're going to make it so we can add a vent to the window. That way we can vent the hot water tank directly out right there, and it doesn't have to work as hard. Right now it's just pretty much venting on a flue system, so hot air rising. We'll see what we can do. I'm gonna have to check the codes of municipality around here. Other than that, I'll kind of try and keep the videos updated as far as my project keeps going. We're gonna try and get this done as fast as possible, but also as intelligently as possible, and keeping everything clean and just fixing up some of the wrongs that happened over the years. And it's not even wrongs that people did intentionally. Codes and things have just changed since technology, you know, brings things up to date a little bit more, does things a little bit safer sometimes. So we're just going to try and keep it going with that, so in case they ever do decide to sell the house, that if they have it inspected, that they will pass. So that pretty much brings it to a wrap here. Oh, we got a few outlets we're going to change. Kind of old school, nothing crazy. But yeah, so that pretty much wraps this guy up.